in this paper that you have in front of you, as soon as I find it here, you mentioned the 79 paper. There's a very nice survey of all the different things that come out. Yeah, the 1981 paper, Bona Fide Spiritual Master and the Disciple. I helped in compiling many of the quotes and citations. That's what you say. Kailash Chandra Das, Dhruva Maharaj Das, and Bahushira Das were some of the contributing authors. So you were involved in the production of that by compiling quotations for that. Okay, that's just what I wanted.
First of all, when I was in Buffalo in 1980, Jadurani Dasi had been in New Vrindavan. She had been preaching to various members of the New Vrindavan community that Srila Prabhupada had never appointed 11 successors, and she was preaching especially that they had never been appointed as the Diksha Gurus of ISKCON. Her understanding at the time, from partial transcripts that she had seen from a paper issued by Rameswar Das and Shubhananda Das in July of 1980, was that Prabhupada never appointed successors, never appointed Diksha Gurus, but the system should have continued as it was, which is the main purpose of the paper that she wrote. She came to me from New Vrindavan. She was all bloodied up with black. I asked her, where have you come from? She said, I came from New Vrindavan. I've been kicked, I've been beaten up. They tried to put my sari on a pole because I was preaching that the 11 were not the appointed successors, and they had not been appointed the Diksha Gurus of ISKCON. This fact has been corroborated by many devotees. She asked me, I want to write a paper about Prabhupada's position and his meaning of what he meant for the continuation of ISKCON. And she was very disturbed by many papers that had been issued, many GBC papers, many GBC reports, many various statements by various devotees. She said, could you help me present some quotes? I says, if you're going to present quotes that I'm going to say, and if you're not going to sign your name, then don't mention me. I helped her compile some of the quotes, but the allegation which you say in this, that I have supported, that Prabhupada never appointed ritviks, this is error, because I never saw the final version of that. I give her some indication of what are the qualifications of a bona fide spiritual master, because I saw certain quotes from various GBCs that advocated that the scriptures are inconclusive, as it has been stated in the 1980 GBC report, and I thought that this was not exactly a proper statement. And I give her numerous quotes. I says, don't put my name unless I see the final version. As such, I think it's grossly unfair and inappropriate to allege that I was one of the authors. I helped them compile some things, and they've put it in their own words. And there is nobody in this that compiled this paper that even signed it. And there's also another reason that I'd like to respectfully submit before you, namely that in 1978, when I was in Vrindavan, I did factually attempt to discuss this entire issue of the difference between Ritvik Acharya and Sampradaya Acharya with the entire GBC. As a matter of fact, I do have partial transcripts of the conversations that took place in February of 1979 where the question was raised by me, quote, what is the difference between a Ritvik Acharya and a Sampradaya Acharya? At that point, I did not even have the time to finish the question. 6 people interrupted me, and the point was cut off. The answer from Tamal Krishna Goswami, this has already all been discussed by the GBC. There is nothing to be discussed next. I raised my hand. The floor was never given. I also wrote a letter to Satsvarup Das Goswami on January 1st of 1979 with a list of 25 questions to be discussed, one of which was what was the actual statement of Srila Prabhupada in 1977 regarding the exact position, authority, and mandate of the 11 alleged Diksha Gurus. I never got an answer. Now, I don't know if Maharaj got it. I assume that because the Indian mail is notoriously bad. It was even signed in my previous name, Yasodanand Swami. I did attempt to bring the issue up. I did make every effort to bring it up. Unfortunately, many of the GBCs had concluded that this was not to be discussed, and many of them concluded that the very discussion of these topics was a sign of envy against Prabhupada, a sign of envy against the GBC, a sign of a nonsensical attitude of rebellion. Now, I suggest to you that this is not so proper. And not only that, but while they were telling me that the Gurukul and the Vrindavan project was going nicely, Rameshwar Das in 1978, and I wish to present as evidence.
I don't think we should get into
No,
this now.
nobody wants to hear it now. No, because this is directly relevant. Why I did not bring it up.
It's not that we don't want to hear it. It's
No,
just not appropriate
The
for
question
today.
that was raised, and I'm still a little confused about what the answer is, that we don't see, at least in the 79 paper, that you didn't at least make known to the people who were involved in the 81 paper, that you didn't make known to me on whatever date you sent this letter, the fact that you had firm, certain, and complete knowledge that Srila Prabhupada intended for the initiating gurus to go in the capacity of ritviks, and that Prabhupada would always remain the initiating guru indefinitely. The question is, that we never heard about it.